With a large majority of marketers telling everyone that branding is the ultimate secret to success in today's competitive sporting industry, it's easy to understand how it became one of the leading buzzwords of today. But the question remains, is branding really the key to winning in the game? Hey guys, welcome to Creative, where we help athletes, sports marketers, and athletic business owners learn how to build those lasting legacies beyond the game. Every Tuesdays and Thursdays, we talk about solutions that can truly change the business of sports. Today, we'll be discussing how great branding will make your business successful. We'd love for you to tackle that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss out on anything in the future. Because of how well-known branding has become, a lot of businesses have fallen into the misconception that it's one of the only keys to beating a bigger competitor in today's market. Sure, having a solid and great brand can help you win the hearts of today's sports fans, but unlike the common knowledge that branding is an easy process, it asks a lot from business owners. It demands time, a great number of resources, and a lot of hard work to become that universal key to success. If you think that creating a logo and a visual brand identity is enough for your branding efforts, then you're wrong. Businesses who were able to leverage branding to their advantage had something that goes beyond the visual communications. Their brand wasn't just built on logos and color schemes, though it helps. These companies spent much more of their time building their brand on a solid foundation, on a clear identity, vision, and positioning. If you really want your branding to be your MVP, then you need to know what great branding looks like and how to actually build one. So, the truth about branding. A lot of people think that if they come up with a logo and pick some random name, they can label it branding and call it a day. But in reality, there's so much more to the process of branding. See, branding is defined as a consistent process of shaping how sports fans see your business or your products. This means that the job doesn't just start and end with designing a logo. Businesses need to implement consistent strategies to change the way people view them, such as content marketing campaigns or social media marketing campaigns. Yes, visual cues matter. Colors and shapes may have the ability to influence people's feelings, but that alone is not enough. Besides shaping the perception of their fan base, your brand should also be able to persuade them to actually make a purchase and mostly gain your trust. Logos and color schemes are really not enough to achieve these goals. You need great messaging, a reliable and great story, and constant communication to persuade the modern sports fans to be loyal to your brand. Hence, if you want to leverage branding at its fullest, you need to understand how branding actually works. And now that we've explored the truth about branding, let's talk about how good branding leads to concrete success. In today's fast-paced environment, it's easy to get swept up with all the constant changing trends or fads, and concrete branding is the only reason why most giant sports brands still stand tall, unaffected by everything else. So we're going to talk about 4 different reasons why brands are successful through their branding. Number 1, better customer recognition. Familiarity and general brand recognition is built on consistent positive experiences. If sports fans are greeted and treated in the same positive manner every time they encounter their brand, the more memorable the brand becomes in their mind. As the time goes by and as they continue to experience positive encounters with their brand, they become extremely familiar with your logo and your colors, fonts, communications, etc. Over time, they'll be able to recognize you from the sea of competitors. They'll start to associate you with certain colors and your logo, and whenever they're out shopping for products or services, your brand will be the first thing that comes up in their mind. Better customer recognition is difficult to achieve when a company barely has any idea on who they really are and what they really want to communicate with their fan base. It's difficult to stay consistent when there's no single idea to follow. It's all about conversions, right? Improved customer loyalty. When your fans continue to experience positive and emotional encounters with your brand, customer loyalty becomes almost a default for them. Not a large number of today's consumers are risk takers. They invest a lot of thinking into the purchasing decisions that they make. If asked to choose between a brand they already know and a new company they've never done business with, they're most likely to choose the former over the latter. Modern day sports fans work hard for their money. That's why they want to make sure that they're getting the most out of their money. So instead of risking losing their investment, they'd rather go with a brand that they actually know and trust. Loyalty brings better conversions. And loyalty is one of the main goals that great brands achieve. Going back to the conversion rate, branding raises marketing's effectiveness. When you've been around for as long as we have in understanding fan bases, now you'll know that providing them with excellent customer service takes time. They don't think twice about supporting anything new that you come up with. Unlike newer brands that have to present a unique value as their guarantee to their fan base, your brand itself is your main guarantee. Your fan base knows, based on their previous encounters with your brand, that they can expect nothing but greatness. Number 4, price sensitivity. Major companies like Apple and more are able to raise their prices without worries thanks to their established brands. People already know that they provide high quality products. They know that brands like Apple can give them their money's worth. So regardless of their high prices, they continue to support them. Now that we've explored some of the ways brands can help businesses succeed in today's competitive market, let's go over what actually makes a brand great. So, what does great branding look like? It's easy to confuse normal branding from great branding. Like we've mentioned earlier, there are a lot of misconceptions around branding and what it really needs to succeed. So, it's not surprising that a lot of companies know what great branding really looks like. But generally speaking, there are 2 qualities that great branding possesses: an authentic and clear identity. Great branding means combining multiple components like colors, design, voice, positioning, and more to create one authentic and clear identity. These elements, no matter their difference, work well together and convey one clear message that your target fan base can understand. Additionally, this identity that the branding strategy tries to build is truthful to its people. Great brands don't pretend around their fan base. Sure, not everyone in the country will like them, but as long as they remain authentic and true to themselves, they'll develop real and strong relationships with their fan base. And if you ask us, it's important that you build lasting connections with those that actually matter, instead of becoming something that you aren't just to please everyone. Now let's talk about consistency. Great brands earn the trust and loyalty of their fan base when they offer them the same genuine, positive encounters every time they interact with them. Without consistency, shaping a clear identity will be difficult. Not to mention that because of how careful modern consumers are, it's important that these companies leverage consistency to gain their trust and loyalty. By offering them reliable experiences and services, your brand will stay on top of their mind regardless of where they are. If done right, branding has the ability to get business through the hardships that they need to go through in order to succeed. But if not, it can only cause you to spend more than necessary. So If you want branding to be the key to you winning the game, then you need to use it wisely. If you want to learn more about the power that great branding offers, make sure you check out the rest of our videos on branding. We hope you guys loved today's video, and if you want to learn more about the great solutions that can change the game, again, don't forget to tackle that subscribe button and that notification bell. It really helps out the channel. Now, this is Zach with Creative, where business is our sport.